Before I start, I have to thank my mate Daniel, who done the theme for my introduction on my podcast, and I'm going to be talking to him on this episode. And also I think the theme goes really well with the podcast. I'm talking to him today because he has a great talent in music, and I hope he gets noticed for this. Follow Daniel on Instagram, which is Dan_Rivett01. Hope you enjoy the episode, and thank you. Hello, today I'm with a very good friend of mine, Daniel Rivett.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Daniel's music career, like the instruments he plays and the bands he's been in, gigs and so on, and music he likes in general. So, Daniel, what got you into music?
Well, big thing, first of all, my mum and dad.
Yeah.
They got me into music because my mum's very kind of musical. She likes and plays instruments like piano, organ, keyboard, trumpet.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't play music, but he really likes music at the same time. So I got they liked to encourage me into music and stuff. So my mum and dad were mainly the kind of main people. Plus, obviously, my mum and dad knew a lot of people who did music as well. So obviously, I obviously knew them as well, and I was like, oh, this is quite cool. You know, how they can perform and stuff. It was really cool.
Oh,
so
really
my mum
cool.
and dad, yeah.
And thanks to them, you're like this high up now, like.
Well, yeah. So, I don't like to say it, but like, because I think I've done alright.
Good knowledge of music.
Yeah, I've got, I don't like to say it, but I think I've got a good understanding. That's
good to have parents that force you into stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, like.
See, when I was younger, you almost have to force but I wouldn't say force as in you are going to go to do this. It's more as in encouragement. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't want, because if you force the kid to do something, they're not going to do it. If they don't want to do it, I think at first you have got to have a bit of authority saying, okay, come on, you need to go to say if they said you got to go to an instrument lesson.
Oh yeah.
You have got to go.
Oh,
but it then gets to the point where if the kid don't want to do it, you don't do it.
Yeah.
You don't force them.
What's it called?
Encourage. Is that the word, or?
Like, don't knock it until you try it.
Yes, and with my experience, they never ever forced me to do it. Like even to this day, they'll say, you're going, you're doing this, you're doing this, and they won't say, do it because you can get paid and all this. They're just like, it's up to you.
But back when we was young, we didn't have games and that, so it was good job. It was either sit and watch telly all day,
or get out
and just eat and get fat, or just go out and do stuff like. But the Boys Brigade, the Scouts.
Yeah, like what you did, yeah.
I loved that, and I'm glad I went into
for the guys that are listening, that's how me and Callum met through Boys Brigade and stuff, because obviously we live in the same kind of area and we went to the same church, and that's how we met through the Boys Brigade, and we're like, best mates now, and it's and obviously you got all
of them. Yeah.
So it's nice to do this with
Boys Brigade. Got us a long way as well.
Yeah, and Boys Brigade gets you out of the house. It opens you up to more, people, everything. So and music and everything.
This is good advertising. I really encourage people, like young children.
Yeah.
And parents to encourage their kids to go into Boys Brigade.
Boys Brigade, Scouts, all those kind of organisations, because they are really, really good. They teach you discipline. They teach you kind of respect, life skills.
Yeah.
It's just really good. And I mean, I got introduced to music through the Boys Brigade
exactly
as well.
Same.
Through the band. One more thing as well. That's it. Yeah. They Boys Brigade used to have a band, and that was really my first ever interaction with music, as it playing music. Was playing in that band, playing the bugle in that band.
I was in the percussion.
You were, yeah. You played Glock and everything.
Yeah.
So that was good.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant experience, and I love to live that again.
Yeah, it was good.
I really miss it.
It is good.
I think back to it, and I'm like,
I say it is nice,
If
isn't
I could
it?
bring back those days, I would. Right. So, moving on. So, what bands were your inspiration when you was a child, or what you really liked as a child?
Well, see, I've
Like your parents got you into?
yeah. My mum and dad, they kind of they were born in like the 60s kind of thing, so that they grew up listening to 70s, 80s, 90s, so people like Michael Jackson and stuff like that.
Oh god, yeah. So Motown, Michael
yeah,
Jackson.
yeah, that kind of thing, you know, and like and they like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, so a lot of swing kind of, you know, like rock and roll, Elvis,
yeah,
you know, like, so
can't knock Elvis.
They were kind of big on all that kind of thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So when I was a lot younger, they used to listen to it a lot, so obviously naturally I pick it up and be like, oh, I really like that. So when I was younger, I liked a lot of rock and roll, like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and that kind of thing.
That's what made our friendship in a way.
Yeah, because we
had similar tastes in music. I loved the Beatles because of my parents.
You still do. I mean, I'm not so keen on them now, but I still like them, so we can still
appreciate them. Yeah. But I love them. I got every bloody album, and I think they're better. Elvis and all that.
Yeah, I mean, bless her, my nan, she loves Elvis. Honestly, she loves Elvis. Like, and you can just, you know, whenever it come on, she just taps her foot, and it's really nice. You know what I mean? So it's nice for her to hear his music again. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so now to like what got you into the position you're in now. Like, what was your first instrument you played? So when did you start?
Do you want me to go through from the start in a very brief way?
Yeah. Tell me your life story.
Very briefly. I started off with Lancefield with the Boys Brigade, and I played the bugle. Yeah. And about the same time, my mum and dad wanted me to kind of get into music, obviously. Like I said, not enforced, but encouraged, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they thought, oh, keyboard lessons, so electronic keyboard.
Oh god.
So the keyboard lessons, and at first I was like, oh, this is a bit. I wasn't too keen. Yeah. But as I started to practice and stuff and put the time in, I thought, actually, I really like this. So I started doing keyboard and actually really enjoyed it. And the band, and I thought, I actually really like this. It's actually kind of cool. Then at school, year 3, they were doing cornet lessons and violin lessons. And I was thinking, violin looks a bit naff. I was thinking, oh my lord, I don't want to do the violin. But then I looked at the trumpet and I thought, oh, I like that. So they did trumpet and cornet lessons, and I did that. So then, and I really enjoyed it. So I kept with it. I kept obviously doing it and stuff. And obviously on the side to that, I was also doing my piano. So that was good. And I've done various grades on them now. So I kept on practicing and getting better, doing all these different groups, going to different schools, different bands. So like if you went to like nowadays without trying to sound. It's not too much as such. 7 bands, all brass bands, big band, orchestras, marching band, big drum corps. Same kind of thing.
That was a band I was in, and we was in a band together. Like we was playing like Green Onions, Louie, and all that type of stuff.
Thing, I
remember that.
It's good.
That was a good band. That was just for fun.
But like nowadays, like it's all the hard work has paid off because now I'm getting paid to do what I love to do, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's like you got to put the hard work in when you're younger. When you're younger, you think, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go and practice.
I remember that.
You know, you think, but now I'm seeing how it's paid off because I thought, you know what, I'll sit there at a piano and practice, not religiously, not oh my god, every day I need to practice. You
need your breaks.
Yeah, of course you do. But I thought, okay, maybe an hour or 2 hours a day. Go and practice. Same as trumpet. An hour, still to this day, an hour, 2 hours, still go and practice. And it makes you a lot better. And if you think, there are some days. Don't get me wrong. I think I don't want to practice today.
Yeah.
And you'll find, and you think, oh, I don't want to practice. But when you do practice, you'll think, oh man,
I feel good about it.
Yeah, but you'll think, oh, that's my release. That's my. Say if you've been stressed at college all day, my stress relief is playing.
Really?
Yeah. Because
didn't know that.
Well, think about it. If you've had a really stressful day, what's the one thing you know that you're good at that you can play at? You're going to go and do it, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are you going to do exactly? So how I see it, it's nice to have a nice kind of stress relief, and that's my personal stress relief. So that's how I use my music.
Yeah, actually, I'm the same. When I used to play guitar.
Even have you noticed though? If you're angry, you listen to quite aggressive music. If you're sad, music is very emotional. So if you've been stressed at college,
certain moods,
if you're stressed at college, you've got to be careful because you might get back and be really angry and frustrated with something, and you don't want to go and start blasting some like absolute.
I'll tell you what type of music I listen to when I'm bloody. I listen to like the anarchy punk music.
But it's really aggressive.
So Daniel, what are you doing at the moment?
At the moment, I'm studying at Dudley College. I'm doing level 3 music diploma. It's a performance diploma, so it's like we learn about like the music industry and perform, and that's what we get assessed on. So we have to learn songs, learn a set list, like an actual function band, and we go and perform and stuff. And it's really good actually, to be fair, because it opened up to new things you've never done before, and we get to pick the theme of what we play. So like last year we did a I think called a party gig, so we played stuff like Michael Jackson, so 80s, 90s kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then a couple of months ago we had a gig in January, I think it was, and we had we did stuff from pop and stuff. So it was quite nice. And now we're doing a gig in a couple of months, or maybe next month, I think it is. And it's called the Golden Gatsby. That's the theme. It's all 1920s Louis Armstrong. So I'm playing trumpet and piano.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's quite cool, actually.
That's really.
And it's really good because you learn how to perform and obviously learn techniques and stuff, but you also learn how the industry works.
Yeah.
So like why copyright exists and why this exists, and PRS license and PPL, and if someone plays a piece of music on something, why does it have to get copyrighted, all that kind of stuff. We learn about it, so it's quite cool.
So where's your gigs based and all that?
In Dudley mainly, so around Dudley, because obviously it's college premises, but we do some at college, some around Dudley Town Hall, some of the pubs down near Tipton, some Wolverhampton, everywhere, Midlands basically.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Wolverhampton do you usually play?
We did do, not my band, but another band that I know who goes to college as well, does the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
They did it in like the Slade rooms and stuff like that. So
it's good venue that. Yeah.
It's expensive though, but it's good.
Very small but brilliant.
Good, yeah.
Do you get much of a crowd at your gigs? What are they like?
Yeah, it's good. It's mainly parents.
Yeah,
obviously.
family.
Yeah,
friends.
Family friends.
Yeah.
But it's quite nice. Good publicity because it's nice. Because you kind of you with your friends that you enjoy doing music with, people who are quite as passionate as you, and you're performing something that you really enjoy with them. So it's quite nice. Yeah.
So, would you like to continue that in the future?
I would do it, but if I had the choice over classical or this, I'd do classical. Because classical pushes you more, it's harder, you've got to be good at what you... Don't get me wrong, you've got to be good to do anything. But with classical music, it's a bit more... I think it's a bit more kind of... It's a bit more... What's the word? Challenging. In some respects. Don't get me wrong, pop music and all the performance kind of stuff is challenging.
Yeah.
It is challenging. But compared to classical, I think classical elements in classical are harder. But they are. I'm not saying pop's easy, and in other genres they are, because they're not.
Pop's easier than classical though, because on pop.
It depends what pieces you play.
Yeah, on pop, it's all on bloody computers and all that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas with classical and that, you're using instruments. You have to record. It's harder to record, in my opinion, I'd say, because you have to do it all in one and all this and that.
Yeah, that's the one problem.
And I rate them more than pop artists.
If you make a mistake in an orchestra recording, you've got to do the whole thing again. You might play a piece that's 25 minutes long. If you were playing Bruckner's 8th Symphony, that's say just the 4th movement. That's like not the 4th movement. Yeah, the 4th movement. Yeah, you're looking about 16, 17 minutes. And if you miss one note, you have to start the whole thing again.
Oh my god!
Another one. If you play Mahler 2, you play like, and I don't know if there's a specific movement, might not be. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If you mess up in that hour and a half, you've got to do the whole thing again. You can't just cut it out.
I bet your lips will be killing.
Oh, trust me, they by the end of it. But that's again when you have to you have to keep your lips going, and obviously when you're playing, you have to rest and stuff. So it's all about being able to balance out stuff, which is quite good. So,
on a different, like, I don't know, not just classical and that, do you like in any band or whatever? But do you write your own music and that?
At college, we do get a chance to like write our own stuff.
Yeah.
So we have done a thing where a company came to us who wanted to do a thing on like smoking and stuff.
Yeah.
And they wanted us to write a song about it. So we wrote the song, and as a group we wrote the song. That's what we did. But it was really good to do. It was nice because the song was really good. Actually, it was rather surprising. But yeah, we do get a bit of classical wise.
Yeah.
I use Sibelius and stuff, which is like it's like.
I used that before.
That's what I write my music on.
But do you write lyrics and that as well?
Well, with classic, with the classical stuff, I don't write a lot of lyrics because obviously there's not. I don't write for singers as such. I'm writing for instruments. Obviously,
But would you like to?
See, I'm not that experienced in that kind of field,
Yeah.
so I'd have a go. Of course, I would. But whether it be good, I'd have no idea because I don't write. I'm not one. I can't sing. You know, like as professional as other people. You know what I mean?
To be fair though, not some bands and that they can't even sing really. And if you look at like the Sex Pistols and that, like they can't sing at all. But what was I going to say? Now we're getting nearer to the end now. What's your music taste like? What do you like, and what's your favourite music and that?
I like a lot of things, to be honest with you. I don't necessarily have a. I don't. If you said to me, do you have a favourite type of music? I'd probably say Russian classical music.
Oh,
so Shostakovich, Mussorgsky, Prokofiev, all those kind of Russian. And the reason behind that is aggressive music as such. So, and during Shostakovich and these big composers, they wrote pieces during the time of Stalin, and Stalin was a dictator, very very kind of political, very not many people liked him. So music as a way of expressing, and when you listen to some of the music, it's very aggressive, very harsh, very layered, and it's very you can kind of feel the. When you think about, if you're thinking about, okay, then relating it to Stalin and war and political like disagreements and like a dictatorship, you really do feel that like you can really relate to it. You think, oh God, I understand. So I love that kind of music. I like classical. Oh, so cool. Not just Russian classical, but classical Baroque
as a whole.
Romantic. I like just in general classical, that kind of era of music. I don't mind pop songs and rap and grime and drill. I like that kind of stuff. I like that because that again, that's aggressive, that's fast. I like that. Yeah. I like a lot of slow stuff as well. So like like Carmen and like other pieces such as like I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. There's just many pieces, but I like a wide variety. I don't really have. Obviously, besides Russian classical, there's nothing really else that I could say. I love that, but I love music, obviously, and I listen to a lot of things. But the one thing I could look at is Russian classical because I love that.
Oh, that's cool. So you proper know your music, you know your history and all that. That's a good thing, really.
That's the kind of stuff you get taught when obviously going to college and going to uni and studying. Just because obviously, remember, I play instruments, but I also I like to study as well.
And what I like, you have a real dedication to music as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's what you.
Nah, I love it every day. That's what it is. I just love the music.
Thank you for joining me on my podcast.
That's fine.
And I really appreciate it.
That's fine. It's cool. So,
and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel, for coming on my podcast today. I really appreciate it, and it was a good podcast. I thought it was just a brilliant conversation type, and that's what I like. We got next week. I got a good episode in line with a punk band and a new wave band, Neon Hearts. He's a saxophone player in the band. So I'm going to be talking to him next week. It's not as long episode because it was a pretty much of a last minute thing. So not a long episode next week, but a good episode. And thank you for following my account, and thank you for the likes. Also, keep sharing the account on your Facebooks and Instagram and get it out there, the podcast. And I really appreciate that. Thank you.